Hi, welcome to Elise and Her Books. Today I'm going to do for you the mid-year freak out tag, and I was tagged by Today in Jen's library, and I'll link her down below. You should check her out, she is awesome. So let's get on with it. Best book you've read in 2017. So for me that was The Professor by Charlotte Bronte. This is a bind up, but it's the second one in this book. The Professor, absolutely loved this book. Was surprised because I read the first one, which is Shirley, and I really didn't like that one, and then I read The Professor and absolutely loved that book. I advise everyone to read it. It's a great classic and it's quite short as well. The best sequel you read in 2017, and for me that has to be Saga Volume 2, because I read the first one and I was like, yeah, I like this, but I don't know, I'll see. And then I read the second one and I was like, yeah, no, this series, I have to keep reading this series. Absolutely love this graphic novel series, definitely for an adult audience only. I would not advise younger readers to read it, but it's very addictive and I just loved it. A new release you haven't read yet but want to, that has to be The Boy on the Bridge by M.R. Carey. I absolutely love M.R. Carey. I've read The Girl with All the Gifts and I've read The Fell Side by him. I know he's got another series which he's written under Mike Carey, but they're the two that I've read so far and I cannot wait for this one. I don't know why I haven't read it yet. I think I'm kind of waiting for a day when maybe I might not be feeling too good or having an off day and use this book to kind of cheer me up a bit. Most anticipated release for the second half of this year. Okay, this gives me a great opportunity to talk about a series that I just don't feel is talked enough about on YouTube. I am really excited for a book called The Silver Mask to come out, and you're probably like, I haven't heard of that, what are you talking about? Well, it's the fourth book in the Magisterium series, which is written by Cassandra Clare and Holly Back. Now, I don't think this series is discussed enough on YouTube. I absolutely love this series. If you like Harry Potter, you will love this series. I cannot emphasize enough how good this series is, and every summer in August they release the next book and I absolutely love summer just because of that alone. So the books go The Iron Trial, The Copper Gauntlet and The Bronze Key, and then the next one's going to be The Silver Mask, and it comes out in August and I am very excited to read it. Biggest disappointment of 2017. Okay, so I know a lot of people probably think that I'm going to pick A Court of Wings and Ruin, but it's not that book for me. Actually, the book is, I don't own it anymore, I've donated it to charity, but it's On the Other Side by Carrie Hope Fletcher. I don't even know if you can see that. Oh my gosh, I absolutely love Carrie Hope Fletcher. She's like an awesome YouTuber. I really enjoy her videos and I enjoy everything that she's about. She's about just being yourself, having a body confidence. She's an awesome YouTuber, but I'm sorry, I just don't enjoy her writing, and it was a really big disappointment for me this year reading that book. Biggest surprise of the year, and for me that has to be Falling Kingdoms. It's been on my shelf for ages. I picked it up, I absolutely loved it, and I read all of the other ones this year as well. I read them one after the other and I absolutely love this series. Favourite new author, either debut or new to you, and for that I am picking two just because I can't pick one. I can't pick between these two. So I've picked Morgan Rhodes, the author of Fallen Kingdom series, and I've picked Sarah Rush, the author of Snow Like Ashes series. I absolutely love both of these authors. Their work has just made this year so good for me. Newest fictional crush. Okay, I don't crush on characters in books. I don't know. I feel like I've got a heart of ice or something, but I can't crush on fictional characters. It just doesn't happen for me. I mean, I can in movies, but it's more the actor rather than the character that I'm crushing on. I can't do it, so I don't have one, I'm afraid. Newest favourite character. I am going to pick Magnus from the Fallen Kingdom series for this, just because he's so like morally ambiguous. I think he's like, you don't know if he's a good guy or a bad guy. Every time you think you've got him sussed and you think, oh no, he's a baddie, he then does something really redeeming and you're like, oh no, actually he's quite a decent guy, and then he does something and you're like, oh no, I don't like you, and then he does something nice again, and you just don't know where you are with Magnus, and I love that about him. A book that made you cry. So like the Fictional Crush thing, I can't cry with books either. Again, I must have a heart of ice. I don't know, I don't cry with books. But there was one that kind of got me close this year, and that was a recent read. It's The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. I just felt so frustrated with the world when I read this book, and that's the closest I can get to tears, I'm afraid. A book that made you happy, and for this I am picking Little Tea Shop of Lost and Found by Trisha Ashley. I read this in May over my birthday. It's set in Haworth, which is one of my most favourite places in the world, which kind of contributes to why I love this. But also I love this book because it's just really heartwarming. It's about a woman who's always kind of felt a bit rejected. She was abandoned on the moors when she was a baby, and she's never really had like an identity. She doesn't know who she is, where she's come from, and she kind of makes one of her own, and she stands on her own 2 feet, and she creates a lovely little tea shop in the village of Haworth with some inheritance that she gets. And it's just a book about being strong and gaining your own identity from your own actions. Favourite book to film adaptation you saw this year? Okay, it's not a film, it's a TV series, and it is awesome. It is just, I can't get enough of it. I've watched 7 out of 10 episodes so far because that's all they've released in the UK. But I am loving it, and it is the adaptation of The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood that they're doing on Channel 4 at the moment. Oh, I can't get enough of it. I really look forward to Sunday nights. I cannot wait to watch it every week. I'm really enjoying it. I loved the book, so I knew I was going to love the adaptation on Channel 4, and I really am. Favourite video you've done this year? Okay, I don't have one because I don't really have a lot of videos I've done this year. I've only just come back to YouTube. So I am going to say my back to YouTube video, because it took a lot of guts to come back, because I'd obviously left for about 2 years and then 3 years, I don't even know, and then I came back, and it took a lot of guts to make that video, but I'm so pleased I did, because I'm back now and I'm enjoying making videos. Most beautiful book you've bought this year so far? I didn't know what to pick for this one, but I think I'm going to pick this copy of The Beauty and the Beast. It's illustrated by Mina Lima, and they're the people that worked on Harry Potter, I think. And this book is absolutely beautiful. It's got like little additions, I don't know if you can see that, but it's got bits in it that you can take out and play with, and just it adds to the reading experience. I haven't read this yet, which is typical. I buy books and just put them on my shelf because they're pretty, but I need to read this. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to reading this, but I think it's a very pretty book. Last question, what books do you need to read by the end of the year? So I'm going to say for this one, His Dark Materials by Philip Pullman, just because I know he's releasing another book which is like set in that world, and is it in October or November? I know it's in the autumn period. So I want to read His Dark Materials before that book comes out, so that I'm ready when it does come out. I can go straight on to it. So that was my mid-year freak out tag. I'm not going to tag anyone because I know so many people who have done this. I don't know who hasn't, and if you want to do it, and I will watch it if you let me know down in the comments below. And I hope you're enjoying what you're reading, and I will see you soon. Bye.